Hello everyone, my name is Sniping is Fun, and welcome back to part 3 of this 50 extra Smash Bros. Ultimate newcomer ideas. I mentioned in the last part that I intended this all to be one big video and talk about 50 characters in a span of like 30 to 40 minutes, but that didn't really happen. And certain characters I talked about quite a bit of length of time and whatnot, and I'm doing this all without notes really in front of me, besides a few little notes right here, like the list and whatnot, a few small things for certain characters. And yeah, this is going to be hopefully the final part. I left off with character number 30. If you have not watched those, I suggest watching the character. I made up to 15. I talked about 15 characters in the first one, part 1, and then 15 characters in part 2, I think. Yeah, 15. I'm hoping to talk about 20 in this one, get it all done in one final part. But as I mentioned in the last videos, I didn't do a whole lot of research here. These moveset ideas and talking about these ideas are going to be very basic, very minor, very simplified. Not as much. Not like if you watch my 150 characters that I mainly talked about, I didn't do as much research. I'm not going to be talking about these characters as heavily and really go into as much detail as I did back then. But I'm going into as much detail as I can, being simplistic as this is, and throwing in the last minute 50 characters. And also, I don't have visual aids, so I'm sorry. So if you don't know what some of these characters are, I say Google them. Sorry, I don't want to. 50 extra characters I didn't want to really print off and kill more trees than I already did with 150 plus papers I printed off and killed trees. Yay! But yeah, I just wanted to make this very simple. That's the only reason I didn't want to do the visual aid and do as much research. I wanted to throw out characters and character idea. So yes, let's get back to where I left off with leaving character 30, with character 31, and this is going to go to another Punch-Out character that everyone's been wanting for a while, and I'm going to say Doc Lewis. You could probably say one of the one of the actual opponents, like Aaron Ryan or Super Macho Man or the Sandman or whatnot, and those characters would be interesting too. Although I think Sandman would be more interesting as a boss, or King Hippo as a boss too. But like Doc Lewis, I think you can make it a little bit more of a unique moveset for him, somewhat. I mean, they're all unique. All those other ones are probably more unique than Doc Lewis. But here's the thing: who would you pick over others? Oh, I picked Super Macho Man. Then why didn't you pick King Hippo? I want to avoid that conflict. In that, I think if you pick one of the opponents, it's going to be like, why didn't you pick another opponent? Doc Lewis is at least another main hero alongside Lil Mac, and why he makes sense. He's been in since day one. He's been his trainer since day one. He's been in every game besides Super Punch Out. And he just has so much character to him. He's such a beloved character, especially his Punch Out Wii variation. Everyone loves the character, memes him, and he got his own little spin-off, like Club Nintendo download game that you actually fight him. I think he's at least stands out because of that. Moveset wise, I'd say Echo-ish character of Lil Mac, except make him slower, more powerhouse, keep the build meter, and introduce chocolate, where you can pull out a bar of chocolate and he gets more powered up. It's his, like how the hero from Dragon Quest can do the things that boost, like stat boost type stuff. You get the chocolate and it boosts you up for a few seconds. You can do more powerful hits. Your combos would do more damage. Make him kind of like that. And his final smash should be him getting the chocolate bar out. He's like, and then again in the boss fight when Lil Mac knocks it away. Or maybe make the cutscene where the opponents knock the cutscene, knock it out of him. It's a cutscene. He's like, "How dare you!" He rips off his shirt. He's like this leopard thing under his shirt. He's like, so it's basically similar to the Gigamac thing, except more super, and then he's like, and then as he knocks him away, the cutscene will end with him getting a chocolate bar, and then you all celebrating. There you go. Percentage. Given that we have not seen a Punch-Out game since Wii, I think Lil Mac is by himself until we get a new Punch-Out game, so 20% at best. Now, the next 3 characters, 32, 33, and 34, are all going to be more Fire Emblem characters. I know you guys love it when I talk about Fire Emblem characters, and I've already talked about maybe 7 to 8 of them in my main series, but I had to represent more heroes here. And I'm going to be talking about Loki, and Veronica, and Lith, all from Fire Emblem Heroes. I think Fire Emblem Heroes it is Nintendo's most popular mobile game. I think, and it is major enough to be considered pretty much a Fire Emblem-esque game, even though it's not in the numbered main entry series. It is a pretty much a Fire Emblem game, and I do think Nintendo should probably represent something from it at some point, even if it's not a character. But like, it's done more than enough, super popular enough to deserve a character or anything for that matter. Loki was one of the main villains in book 2, and she's like a mage type character. Veronica is one of the major villains from book 1, and Lif is one of the secondary main generals. I already talked about Hell from book 3, so they're all villain representation. And I think we need villain Fire Emblem characters. We should have one. And I know everyone votes for Black Knight, but now he's an assist trophy. And also, I'm sorry, Black Knight would be kind of generic and kind of boring. As cool of a character as he is in Fire Emblem, he would not be that interesting in Smash Brothers because it's pretty much slower Echo Ike. Unless they can add more stuff to him. We really don't need, him in there. I think there's a lot more interesting villains for us to get from Fire Emblem, more so in the main series. But if we're going to get one from, heroes that's not named Hell, I think these 3 choices make some sense. Loki is more of a mage character, so I think her moveset would be very much take Palutena and Robin, fuse them together. She does like dark magic. She wields a staff, so she might be more like Palutena, but more dark magic. Make her a little more like mischievous, because it's supposed to be based off Loki from Greek mythology, kind of. So make her more of a mischievous dark magic type character. And her final smash, some epic dark magic type stuff, summoning some evil forces or something to that effect. Veronica is more of like the dark mage character, and she's like evil magic too, but she'll make her a smaller Loki, except she wields more of a tome, so she'd be more like Robin. So give her different magic, different dark magic, basically kind of like what I said to give Hell, and make her final smash this epic dark spell, or one of the ultimate attacks she does in the story. Because quite frankly, I never finished all of book 1. So yeah, give her whatever her ultimate attack is, either in terms of fighting ability, her stats, or in terms of story, of something she did in a story effect. And Lif is basically evil Alphonse, who's the main brother character, and works for Hell, and he's all demonic and stuff, and he uses a sword, and he does dark magic. So pretty much he would basically be like, take Roy, but give him some Robin abilities. I'd say that would be a good moveset for him. Like, he's a very sword-heavy Roy-ish character, with some maybe like Royish Crom character, but give him like Robin dark magical abilities, but maybe not so much dark magic as much as he just does dark stuff. He can do evil enhancement abilities and stuff like that, and probably give him an Alphonse alternate costume and give him different voice actors. Even though it would make no sense for Alphonse to do all that dark magic stuff, I think it'd be kind of cool to represent the good and evil side, and maybe throw some good moves onto him too, so you can represent Alphonse as well. Final Smash ultimate critical attack. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't played Heroes in a long time, so I don't know some of these villains what they do, and I haven't played since book 1. But I do think they all deserve it, and I think if we get any villain, I'd say it probably should be Hell if we get one from Heroes. But these 3 villains all make sense too, so I'd say percentage chances for them. Loki maybe about 10, Veronica about 15 to 20 because she's like the OG major villain from that series, and then Lif 15-ish. Quite frankly, if we get another Fire Emblem character at this point, it's going to be 3 houses. And if not, and if we do get a Hell character, if we do get a character from Heroes, it's either going to be Thorm or Hell. Okay, 35 is going to go to Captain Syrup, which I'm surprised I didn't put her on the main series. I wanted to, because I did have her way back in the Smash Bros. 4 speculation days. But that was back when she was still semi-relevant because of Wario Land Shake It. I do think she deserves it because Wario does deserve a secondary character. And quite frankly, I really kind of wish if he ever gets a second character, it's Wario Land, not WarioWare, because he already heavily represents WarioWare. And he originated with a Wario Land, well, Super Mario Land 2 6 gold coins, but he originated with the Wario Land series in his own series before WarioWare, and WarioWares get way too much representation nowadays. Wario Land hardly gets anything. That's why I'd rather it be Wario Land. Captain Syrup's been the major villain for Wario since day 1. It's a pirate-esque character, so like I mentioned with Tetra, you could very well make a pirate-based moveset. And she is popular and somewhat requested and still semi-relevant because of Wario Land Shake It. And Wario Land can come back anytime, anywhere. Maybe she'll one day show up in Mario Kart or Mario Sports Games or Party or something. Who knows? Yeah. Moveset wise, like I said, pirate. So like she'll do like the swashbuckling, swinging on the ropes. She might have a sword or like a gun thing, shooting a cannon, like Shantae I said did for her moveset. Summoning minions because she's more of a pirate boss that lets her minions do what she does. She's not really much of a fighter, so make her moveset more her getting other people to do what she wants. She's not really into the fighting aspect because she wants to use everyone else pretty much, and she's all about coins. So if she's stealing coins, bags of money, maybe she throws at opponents or smacks them with a bag of coins and gold and whatnot. I think it'll be kind of interesting. Final Smash, just like I mentioned with Tetra, something probably with the pirate ship and just attacking them like that. Percentage chance, given that Wario Land Shake It hasn't been, it was like 10 years ago. As sad as it is, probably about 10-15%. Because quite frankly, as much as I want Wario Land to be the next, to be the one to get the next Wario character, if and when he ever does, sadly to say, it is going to be WarioWare that likely gets the next character. So someone like Ashley or Mona or Jimmy T or someone. Depends on what the future of Wario Land, WarioWare, where the series go, because I don't think it's going to happen in Ultimate, obviously, but Smash 6, we might get one, maybe, I don't know. Next one, 36, is going to go to Cooking Mama. Why does she make sense? It's been a pretty popular series, especially during the Wii DS era and the Wii U. I think she got one game super massively popular, at least like from a casual standpoint, and I think I think her games have only been on Nintendo, and the series could always come back. I think she stands a chance. Moveset, just make it cooking based. Just make a cooking based moveset where she takes frying pan, she's grilling up some food, she throws it at you, or she throws a pot at you, or she's cooking something, she stumbles over something, food drops on you, or she's helping take care of the baby or something, so you can go in like the babysitting mama thing too, so you can kind of represent not just her as the cooking mama, but like the other spin-offs they kind of did of the series. And then make Cooking Mama Final Smash kind of like what Kirby's used to be, where she does like this cooking thing, she throws you in the pot, like, she makes some giant meal, and she's like the evil, like in the shells, like, and as she's attacking you with food or something. I don't know, just something would be kind of cool. Like, so make it like Isabelle, but with food-based moves. Perfect. Percentage, given that Cooking Mama hasn't been around in forever, 10% at best. 37. I think this character would be an interesting addition, as little likely chance as she ever has to get in, given that the series hasn't been seen since like the Wii and DS days. And that's Ashley Mizuki Robbins from Another Code. I just think it's a cult classic. Like people, I do hear people talking about that game a lot. So from a standpoint of just adding a character that's more a cult classic rather than being popular or iconic or a major series or super popular, I'd say just something that's unique and different. I think Sakurai could probably add her. And it did stand out. It did have its moment to shine, and I do think the series does. I think she was an interesting enough character, and the character herself is actually really popular, as far as I know. So there you go. Her moveset, she doesn't. The series is like I've never played the actual game, but it's like a point and click puzzle adventure type game. I'd like her looking through her memories and trying to find her dad or something like that. And she uses like a Wii remote and stuff for certain things. So maybe have her be able to attack you with a Wii remote and then be meta and her using her memories to kind of attack you with memories or something, like memories summon off her head and she goes attacks you with them. Or she summons puzzles and she's doing little puzzle things and she's throwing parts from different puzzles at you or putting on the floor to trip you or attack you with them. And she's not really an aggressive actual fighting character, so make her like what I originally intended Isabelle before she ever got announced for the game, or she's attacking you, but she's not doing it willingly. I think that'd be kind of cool. And then some ultimate puzzle solving thing for Final Smash. Percentage chance, that is low, 5% probably at best. She's probably one of the lowest characters on this list. 38 is going to go to 2B from Nier Automata. I know a lot of people have been wanting to see her in the game. Nier Automata, and the first Nier for that matter, too, were fairly iconic games. I know they're not on the Switch or Nintendo in general, but that didn't stop certain characters really from getting in the series, and it kind of become just Smash is about video games in general, and it's almost a cult classic, iconic character now in 2B. She made it into Soul Calibur 6. She's already in a crossover fighting game. Well, not crossover, but she is crossing over as a guest character in a fighting game. Popular, requested for. I've seen her requested since Smash Ultimate started. So yeah, that's that. And I think that's kind of interesting. And as for her moveset, I never played the actual game, but watching some videos on it, especially her Soul Calibur 6 moveset, she has like 2 swords that sit on her back. She attacks with dual swords. She can do multiple leg attacks, so it'd be like a Bayonetta thing. And also like what I mentioned with Kasumi last time from Dead or Alive in part 2. And she has energy attacks. She could shoot energy. She can attack with energy from her sword and swings and it comes off her sword. I think she also has some way to shoot energy out as well. So she could be a very ranged character, an up-close combo character with 2 swords. Very fantasy, sci-fi-esque thing. If you played the actual game, just take her moveset and throw it in there. I think it could work. And I don't know what to do with her Final Smash. Like I said, I never played the actual game. So whatever ultimate attack she does in the series, give that as her Final Smash. And as for percentage, as popular as she is and as iconic as they've been pushing characters that aren't even on Nintendo that just represent the gaming world in general, she's probably on the low end in terms of Sakurai, Nintendo One, and Smash Brothers. At least until we ever possibly see a near game on Nintendo, which multiple games are going to come to the Switch, so it's possible, really. 10% to 15% at best. 39 is going to go to a character from the Elder Scrolls franchise. And given that Skyrim is a pretty big game, and on the Switch now, I'm going to have to pick Dovahkiin. I think that'd be an interesting, very cool character. The Elder Scrolls series, first and foremost, is iconic in gaming. Nintendo would pick it just because it's iconic. It's been around since, I think, early 2000s, late 90s. Multiple games in the series, Morrowind, Oblivion, now Skyrim. I forgot the first 2 names. I think one of them was... Oh, crap. I know one of them, and I've seen it. I forgot now. But the series has been popular for years, and now Skyrim is on the Switch. Sold very well, very popular. Iconic franchise, iconic character too, in Dovahkiin, being that he's like the iconic character in Skyrim. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Moveset, just take all the different weaponry from the game. Like you can use swords, axes, like you can use magic, you can do you can summon dragons to come help you, and just take every element from, Elder Scrolls, weapon-wise, magic-wise, anything you can do, smoosh it into one moveset. Like I mentioned with that one guy from Dark Souls, like Soler, like how to represent him, just throw everything into the thing, as well as him doing like just represent Elder Scrolls in general in Dovahkiin, not just what Dovahkiin can do, but in Elder Scrolls in general. Super fantasy-based weaponry, a more diverse, weapon-based character. And now the Final Smash could probably be a dragon. Like you summon the dragons come out, attack opponents, and then lift them up and just fly them off the stage or something. I don't know. Or they burn them alive with the fire or something. I don't know. Percentage, maybe about 25 to 35%. It stands. It's a chance. There, especially if there's more Elder Scrolls game coming in the future. Maybe Elder Scrolls 6 finds its way onto Switch/Switch Pro as a digital or like game or something. Number 40 is going to go to another Sega character. Oh my god, I've done so many of these. It's going to go to Crazy Taxi. And I wanted to do Gina or Axel, but I think it'd be more interesting if we talk about BD Joe. I think BD Joe would be a little more interesting, especially because Sega wanted to go for an Axel named character. They're going to go for Axel Stone from Streets of Rage. But BD Joe, like Crazy Taxi, is an iconic game from the Dreamcast era, from the arcade days. It was a 90s arcade game originally. It's pretty popular, and like Crazy Taxi 2 and 3 are popular too. BD Joe, he was one of the characters in one of the Sonic and Sega Racing All-Stars, I think it's Transformed, second one game. They've referenced some of those characters, I think, in the Project Cross Zone stuff. It's a crossover game that has wide appeal, history on Nintendo, and in crossovers. BD Joe would be kind of cool. Moveset wise, just I know they ride around. I think just make him go around where he pulling in passengers. He's calling passengers. Passengers just get summoned and attack opponents. Maybe you can pick up the passengers and throw them. You can get in your vehicle like how Wario can summon his motorcycle when you ride around your crazy taxi and run people over. You can do very interesting type stuff with that moveset, and it'd be kind of unique. And the final smash would be you getting the passengers, and maybe you can some non-lyrical light music from Crazy, and they're driving down the crazy, and then the opponents are like, wait, where are we at? And all these cars, and you get knocked as you're driving your passenger to their destination. That'd be kind of cool. Percentage, 5 to 10%. It's not happening at all. I've already mentioned that numerous times who they'd pick for Sega. I'm not going to repeat myself who they'd pick if they do their Sega character. Oh, I will. Okay. Valkyria Chronicles, Sakura Wars, or Streets of Rage, or another Sonic. Okay, number 41. We're in the final 10 here. It's going to go to Angela from Trials of Mana. Well, the Mana series is big on Nintendo. First of all, it's an iconic RPG series from back in the day. It has a long history on Nintendo because all three of them are on Nintendo systems. Super Nintendo / Super Famicom, the Game Boy. Collection of Mana is coming out now. So they're giving us these games as iconic as they are now on the Switch. Trials of Mana is getting a remake, which is coming to Switch. Overall, the games are popular and iconic, especially in Japan, which now we're finally getting Trials of Mana outside of Japan, both its original form and its remake. And I picked Angela, even though she's not the main character, but I picked her because she's more the unique main character, because the main character is more of like the generic sword guy, kind of like a Chrono and stuff like that. And I already talked about Chrono, and I didn't want to talk about another character like Chrono. But Angela's more of like a magic staff wand type user character, and I think you could really make an interesting moveset out of her with that. And as being said, her moveset, she basically is a very range magic mass targeting spell character. So I'd say Palutena, but not having as much physical close range attack. She can attack. She'll take the wand magic staff thing and smack you with it, kick you, do some physical stuff, but she's more like a Mega Man character. She attacks from a distance. Her Achilles is based off Mega Buster. She'll cast magic and ranged attacks. The farther away you are, the more damage it does. She can attack probably more longer range attacks and mass targeting spells, so she can do spells that can attack multiple opponents at once. And that's for her final smash. Summon her party members in there. Ultimate party group attack. There you go. That's as simple as it gets. But in percentage chance, given that not only the history it has on Nintendo, but given that they're kind of bringing the collection out in the Trials of Mana remake, about 25 to 35%, I think she stands a chance. Or any character from those series stands a chance at this point. If not for Smash Ultimate, maybe in Smash 6 or something onward. 42. Give me a second. I'm really getting thirsty now. I've been talking for almost like an hour and a half on and off with this stuff. 42 goes to yet another Zelda character. I haven't talked about a Zelda character since part 1 with Tetra and Cass. And I want to talk about this character because they're doing a remake of this game too, and it's Marin from Link's Awakening. Marin overall is a popular character in the Zelda world. Like Link's Awakening was like a cult hit classic in the series back in the day. It was like the first handheld game from them. It was on the Game Boy and released on the Game Boy Color. Now they're doing a remake of it. Marin's the main character from it. Marin showed up in Hyrule Warriors when they brought it over to the Switch. She was one of the DLC characters. I think 3 DLC. So they already have a moveset of her. She's not really attacking or fighting in the main game, but she's attacking there. So there you go. And that's it. Like she's the main character. It's a nice advertising marketing choice. And as for moveset, she fights with a bell. Just take her moveset from Hyrule Warriors, throw it in there. She fights with like the bell. You can have her use all 7 melody instrument type things, and she can attack with the bell and be like more of rhythmic based attacking type thing. Like how I talk with Cadence. Like when I started this like 50 extra characters off, like she attacks in rhythm and is a music based character. Have Marin kind of do the same thing. And her final smash could be the Windfish. She summons the Windfish, and the Windfish attacks her opponents and knocks them off the stage or something. Percentage chance, given that it's being remade now, I want to say about 40 to 50%. But that's only really Smash Ultimate, not so much future Smash Bros. Games, because once this remake kind of bypasses, she probably loses her chances Smash 6 onward. 43, Earthworm Jim. A classic third-party character that has a big history on Nintendo, dating back to the Super Nintendo, I think on the Game Boy as well, and the N64. It's getting a new game out now on whatever that new system that's coming out, the whatever it is. There's supposed to be there's a new system that I think he's a character on, but it's probably eventually going to come to like Switch and PS4 or PS5 or whatever. Anyways, so Earthworm Jim's getting a new game. And I think it's possible. I think it's just an iconic character from back then that's making a return, has history on Nintendo. The new game will probably eventually be on Nintendo because almost all third-party games are now coming to Switch, it seems like. Yeah, and moveset-wise, okay, he can use his little laser gun. He can take out his head and whip with his head, because remember, he's just a worm inside of a robotical body. He can climb up the ropes and use all the weapons to attack opponents with. And the final smash could be like dropping the cow on the opponents, like how the princess got it dropped on there, knocking over the fishbowl, and it trips over the opponents and stuff like that. Like that one opponent that's the fish thing. Doing any of the wacky craziness stuff. It'd be a moveset, like a gun-related character that's super crazy and wacky. And you could really have something interesting with that. And percentage chance, given that the series is coming back now, about maybe a 30% at best. Probably at best, but still 30% on the low end of things. 44. I thought this would be an interesting idea, given that Mario Brothers 2 USA was based off of this, and it's a Doki Doki Panic character. And I looked it up the different ones, and I wanted to pick the one that I think would be kind of the more unique one, and it's going to be, if I'm pronouncing this right, Imagine, which is the inspiration. It's the sprite they switched from Mario from Doki Doki Panic to Super Mario Brothers 2. And he's like this little like Arabian Nights type boy character that's kind of like the short, semi-average stat type character. I think it'd be kind of cool if at the least we can get at least a costume of that for like Mario. Would be kind of cool. But like take Mario's moveset, make it semi-echo-ish, take away the fireball and whatnot, but bring in the abilities from Super Mario Brothers, from Doki Doki Panic, picking up opponents and throwing them, picking up the flower pants, doing the magic carpet, stuff like that. I think you could really get going. And oh my god, we have 15%. Let's see how far I can go. I only have so many more characters left. And then the final smash could be something with Wart attacking you. You summon Wart, which gives us Wart, and it'd be kind of cool. Percentage chance? Very unlikely, 5% probably, but that game is gone, I think. 45. Pauline from Mario and Donkey Kong. You know what? Actually, I might do... Give me a second. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this on the charger. I'm going to put this on the charger. I'm sorry, folks. I have to do it this way. Come on. There we are. Perfect. This is very ghetto. It's more ghetto than the ghetto board. Okay. Well, there's that. Okay, let me first go get this paper now. And I'll just stand here and do it. I'm not going to end. I'm going to do a part 4 with freaking like 5 characters. Okay. But yeah, next one will be Pauline. Iconic character for both Mario and Donkey Kong. Like they had her, she was in the arcade game. They did a variation of that game on the Game Boy. She then eventually became pretty much used in the Mario versus Donkey Kong series, and then she made her return with Mario Odyssey. She is an iconic character for both the Donkey Kong series and the Mario series. Now she has a debut officially in the Mario series, and they may eventually use her in Mario Kart, Mario, sports games, Mario Party and whatnot. Give me a second. I'm actually going to get the light to be kind of over this way so it looks like I can get... Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. This is very ghetto. But like it's like she's being used more. I see her getting the same treatment that Rosalina got, because once Rosalina got in, Mario Galaxy, she started getting put in all the sports game stuff, and then I kind of seen her coming into Smash Bros. 4. Now I don't think she's gonna get into Smash Ultimate, but I think Smash 6 we might see Pauline at least standing a chance. And as for a moveset, I'd say definitely kind of make her representative of Donkey Kong. Like, have her fight with like the barrel. She throws down barrel. She throws down different things. Like, she can slap and punch and kick and do some Mario type, Odyssey type stuff. Like Cappy, maybe she throws the cap. Maybe she does spin attacks. Like, give her some Mario Odyssey based abilities, and then represent Donkey Kong, like throwing barrels and stuff. And her final smash could be role reversal, where she gets, like, normally she takes Donkey Kong's spot and summons the original Donkey Kong stage and throws barrels at you, explosive barrels that knock you off the stage. Percentage chance, this game zilch, because she's a stage thing in New Donk City. Future ones, depending on how they use her, maybe about 30 to 60%, but it varies. The next one, 46, is going to go to yet another wave race character, and it's going to be Ryoto Hayami. I talked about 1080 snowboarding / wave race with Ricky Winterborn. I think Ryoto Hayami, he'd make more sense because he represents both series, but Ryoto Hayami is like a major one for specifically wave race. It's a classic series that can come back at any moment. It is positively looked back on and popular. And it's an old school series that doesn't have anything in Smash Bros. Yet and is beloved, so I think it could get something in Smash Bros. At any point. Moveset wise, basically take what I said about Ricky Winterborn. He rides the Ski-Doo, he throws the Boyo cute, like Bowie type things, and like rides the water, makes the stage wet, trips your opponents. I think that'd be kind of cool. And then he creates a giant like storm avalanche of waves to cover up the stage, and he's riding the waves like, yeah, like I basically said for Ricky. So basically take away all the snowboarding stuff and make it super heavily based off water and Ski-Doo based racing. Percentage chance, 5%, 10% at best. Ricky Winterborn is the choice, obviously, if they ever decide to go for that. 47. I'm going to go and talk about Pilot Wings with what I dub the Pilot Winger. I don't want to represent the characters from the 64 game. I'm talking about the generic guy he plays in like the Super Nintendo one. Pilot Wings was a popular game doing like Mode 7 back in the Super Nintendo days. It was one of the games along with F-Zero that did that. And it got a game on Mario Kart, on the 64. Then it got re-released with a Pilot Wings Resort or whatever on the 3DS. Nintendo still loves the series, and they represented, I think, a stage of it in Smash Brothers. And now that we have a stage, how about a character? And just have the character use a moveset of like, oh, he could ride the jetpack, he could ride around on the plane, it's him using vehicles. It's a generic guy using the vehicles and attacking opponents with a jetpack, and you could do the little penguin mini game from the Super Nintendo game and have him summon penguins and throw penguins at the opponents. Ride the plane, ride the skydive, and he can just fly up, be pulled up by a plane to be saving him, and he skydives back down to the stage. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of unique. Percentage chance though, very zilch, because we haven't seen anything from that series since the 3DS game. So I'd say about maybe 15% at best. Depends on if the series comes back in the future, but I think Smash Ultimate they're kind of done for, but maybe Smash 6 onward they might have a chance. We are at number 48, and I'm going to talk about another character from Pokemon Sword and Shield. I already talked about the Galar trainer, but I want to talk about the legendaries. I'm hoping I pronounce these right. Zestion and Zamazenta. Dual characters. Make them a team character, like a switch in and out character like the Pokemon trainer. And make it like you switch in and out like the Pokemon trainer. Zacian, I'm trying to remember which one is which. I think Zamazenta's the shield and Zacian's the sword. You switch in and out. Zacian's more sword based, so he will do claw based attacks, but be heavily focused on swords. He'll be heavily focused on attack, little defense. So he can receive damage more, but he can give out damage more. And Zamazenta has the shield, so he receives less damage, but he can't give as much damage. He's more of a defensive character. They both can do about like claw based attacks. They're both fairly quick characters with claw and base attacks, but their diverse thing is what their stats are, and basically how they fight with the bashing with the shield, striking with the sword, attacking with attacking with the tails, claws, and stuff like that. And any basic attack, whatever type they are, that will probably be shared between both of them. But the sword and shield are basically what makes them different. Percentage chance. If we get anyone from Sword and Shield, it probably would be one of the trainers. It'd be one of the Pokemon starters, or they do a trainer for all the Pokemon. Or they might do this, but I'd say maybe 40 to 70% chance, varying depending on depending on what they want to go for. 49. I want to talk about this character, another Luigi's Mansion character, and everyone wants to see them. I talked about Luigi early on, but Egad. Professor Egad's been in the series since day one. Luigi's Mansion has become what's a much more major series for Luigi. It used to be just with one spin-off, then we got Dark Moon out of nowhere. Now they're doing a third one. Now it's become a major series. Professor Egad's pretty much been there since day one with Luigi. He's kind of been mentioned in pretty much games outside. I think like Mario Luigi and whatnot. Another Mario-based spin-off games. Yeah, that's basically it. Like, he is popular. He's requested. He's requested quite a bit too. He's one of the characters I do tend to see get requested a lot. Moveset wise, basically, take what I talked about Luigi, where you talk about the Poltergeist, make his moveset heavily based off the Poltergeist and all the abilities. He can do it, and he'll be like a short, stubby character. So he's not super like agile and fast. He's more of a slow character. So his defense should be that he fights with the Poltergeist, and that should be how he can get around the stage a lot, or how he saves himself, and because he's not going to be a character that's agile and moving around fast. So I say definitely do that. Final Smash, basically Luigi's Final Smash, probably just more of a powered up version, different variation on it. Percentage chance. Given we have Luigi's Mansion 3 coming out, and it could be a very big marketing choice outside of Luigi, maybe about 50 to 60%. And number 50 on this series, and I want to talk about this character just because he's iconic enough, and I kind of want to talk about him. He was a last-minute addition, but I also love the game, and I hope Capcom actually kind of represents him again in something in the future. Captain Commando! It's basically like their original iconic character. Technically, Captain Commando was like their original mascot before Mega Man. And he was very popular in the arcade days. Actually, he was a mascot before they made him what he currently is, as far as I know. Then they made Mega Man. Mega Man for a long time was their mascot. Okay, and he's a popular character. He's been around since forever. He was in Marvel vs. Capcom at some point. I know they kind of forgot about him since then, but they made a costume of him, like Guile or something in Street Fighter V, Captain Commando, or was it no, or maybe it was Charlie. I don't know. They gave someone a Captain Commando outfit. They did the Capcom Arcade Bundle Classic thing, and yeah, that's about it. He's a popular character. Take his moveset from the game. He fights with and his moveset could just be he's like a super powered cop, cybernetic robot cop. So yeah, he fights with that. He punches and kicks and does like his energy, the Commando Buster and stuff like that. And then make his final smash basically summoning like Baby Commando and Ninja Commando and all that, and just had an ultimate team attack. Percentage chance, maybe, since he hasn't been used in forever, maybe about 20% at best, just because he's iconic. But yeah, Capcom, like I mentioned before, if Capcom ever got another franchise, it's likely going to be either Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, Ace Attorney, or Devil May Cry. Possible chance for Ghosts and Goblins. Possible chance for pretty much anything else, for that matter. But yeah, that's about it. That's my 50 characters, everyone. 50 characters. 50 characters. So that add on to my 150 characters I did over that year. I've talked about 200 newcomer ideas for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the Super Smash Bros. Series in general. Hope you guys liked it. Put in the comments what you guys think. I'm on my legs right now. It's hurting. I cannot hold this much longer. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for when I do the stage ideas in maybe sometime, hopefully in August, maybe September. Thank you, and good night. Bye.